What is going on, guys? Welcome back. More hilarious assumptions for you tonight. You knew it was going to happen at some point, didn't you? And it finally did. Listen, this post here got a lot of people talking. Geddon says there's like 3 to 4 body types in Madden 19. Dustin responds there aren't. It's not even close. Then he asked how many base body types they are in Madden 19, to which it is responded there are 4 base body types. The polygons are blended between each other. Now, this was later said. And I will say that I spoke to Dustin about this, and in a way, he changed my perspective on the way they look at building their game. I'm not saying it's right, but I understand better what he means now when he says there are about 500 or so unique body types in Madden right now. So if you're like me, you're thinking of that and saying, okay, 11 starters per team, offense and defense, I could play over 20 teams and never see the same body type according to this. Now, what he meant by this is that EA, him specifically, I suppose in a way, goes in and modifies calves, thighs, arms, biceps to create a unique body type. Now, the problem is, at speed, I personally don't think you're going to notice this that often to include any type of variance when you're viewing players. Now, he can spend all this time working on these body types, but the problem becomes with the actual players themselves. And a lot of it just comes down to the width. So if you're looking at all these players, varying positions, thank you to Geddon for this image, of course, you can actually study them and see, okay, there are some changes in their arm size. There are some changes in their thigh size. But when you just look at a player's width, and it's universally fit on the same shoulder pad, it's difficult as a gamer for someone to register all these different 500 body types. And I think in a way, this is where there's this huge disconnect between the community and EA. Because EA will say something like Dustin said, and I'm sure he works hard on these body types. I know that he's done a lot of time and research into doing this, and he takes pride in what he does. But naturally, people who play this game look at a statement like that and thinks there's no way this is accurate. The other side of this is very simple. When it comes down to just realistic looking players, when you're so bound to the shoulder pads and the flak jackets and you don't have a lot of variety, this is the end result. Now, you can tell me that you have dialed in Matt Stafford's arm width perfectly. And I will say to you, his arm width here does look pretty spot on. The problem is, and this was what I was talking about in the prior video, his jersey cut, the width and height of the pads, makes it look totally unrealistic when you set them side by side. And again, this is Madden 19. Perhaps there's things being changed and tweaked, I don't know, but you can't look at this and then say, okay, there's 500 body types in Madden and they all look individual and unique and different and they make us create simulation football. Doesn't work that way. In my opinion, it is that way, but it doesn't visually work that way. I would love to know what you guys think about this. I appreciate you checking out this video, and you know I will be back in the week with more commentary.